Neighbors, this may wind up being your favorite episode because I'm not going to be on camera often. You might recognize the background. I'm at the aerodrome here, and I am talking with TC Lewis, General Manager of the aerodrome. And I'll just say, TC, you're everywhere. We'll call that your job title unless you want to be more specific about it. But we are here at the top floor of the aerodrome ice skating complex, and I saw this last time I was here and I was hoping we could talk about it.
Okay, so this is where we started the collection, if you will. And we kind of gear this one mostly to the high school hockey in Houston. The original trophy that I think we're on version 3 now of a trophy for the ISHL, for the Houston High School Hockey League. And then we have program covers from the various years that the ISHL's been around. We have pucks. We have a Klein jersey from their first season, and then a photo from I believe that is San Jacinto High School, probably around the early '40s. And so this is kind of just where we start. We got the basics of what the high school program was, and in reality, high school probably was the first thing here in Houston. This is, I believe it's the same team, San Jacinto High. We all joke who took the photo. Well,
Yeah.
It would have to be number 2, because he's the only one missing.
Okay, fair enough.
And that is in front of Polar Wave.
Polar Wave.
Polar Wave down, it used to be near the Mexican consulate when it was downtown. And it's actually very close to the Dynamo Stadium, and is now apartments. And but that was Polar Ice back in the 30s and 40s. Okay. Signed jersey from the first year of the ISHL. Actually, when we started with the ISHL, we also had a Fort Bend County high school hockey league. So we had 2 at once at one point. Only lasted 1 season, and we got a program from both of those leagues when they first started.
See, I thought I had a pretty good concept of Houston hockey history, but you telling me that there was high school hockey here in the 1940s, then having artifacts to show it, okay, you're kind of blowing me away right now. But all right, cool.
Yeah, no, it's kind of neat. Rice had a team back in the day. U of H had a team back in the day. They were all out of Polar Wave, and they all basically played in the beer league with other adult teams.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that makes sense. All right. Well, what else we got? What do we got to the right here?
So we consider this kind of the full history of pro hockey in Houston. You have your Huskies. That's a replica jersey. If anybody knows what color the Huskies were originally, I've never found it, but we believe it was blue, but we have no proof. So that's a fun try to find the viewer that can actually track that down. Aeros gloves from the WHA Aeros.
Do we know who these were?
I do not know. Back then, the numbers were usually put on with tape, and they fell off. The Houston Apollos jersey in the middle is from the mid '60s. That's an original jersey. Back then, they didn't put names on the jerseys, and this is Mark Freer's jersey from what I would call the IHL days.
Sure.
And the year after they won the Turner Cup, so there's a patch on there. Socks on the bottom are authentic socks from the WHA Aeros. And then, dare I say, those are actually all program covers at the bottom, but they're all just photocopies. We have the originals. I just didn't leave them out here.
We
took photocopies and just kind of made a collage of them. And then you have...
Very nice. And if we're talking about the IHL days,
there you go.
The Turner Cup,
and Mr. and Mrs. Watson, who own the aerodrome. A lot of this stuff actually came from Chuck. We actually had 2 main people that provided, well, maybe 3. Chuck had a lot of stuff, so he's donated it so that we can display it here. And then Harry Haynes moved out of Houston. He was a long-time, basically adult hockey player, and he gave us a lot of this stuff within the past probably 2 years. Yeah. He moved to Kentucky, and so he donated it to us. And then the third was a guy that was living in Phoenix that had collected a lot of Houston stuff, and he donated stuff to us. So
worth pointing out, Houston Hockey Hall of Fame inductee, Chuck
Chuck
Watson,
Watson.
there, who
Yep.
who still owns the aerodrome
He still owns the aerodrome. Yep.
and brought hockey back to Houston
Yep.
for a good long time there.
This is just more smaller items and stuff I couldn't fit in the other case.
Yeah.
So he got a little travel bag for the Houston Aeros. I don't know if that was a giveaway. We don't think so. We actually think that was like the players. Some gloves from the IHL days. Troy Gamble's from the his blocker from the IHL days. In the back, you'll see an Avco trophy.
Mm-hmm.
That is all the players. It's like the Stanley Cup. You have a big trophy, and then you have the little versions for the players. They did the same thing in the WHA days, but that one, Harry Haynes again, he won a contest and got to go to Winnipeg for the championship game, and they gave him one of those. So his is the only one that doesn't have a name on it because the players got their own names on it. And then just the top shelf is mostly just little memorabilia items, giveaways, tickets.
I'm trying my best not to be the obnoxious historian and call all this artifacts, but I mean they are.
Yep.
They are, and they're. So when I learned about this on accident, coming up here for a very, very, very small part in the Houston is a Hockey Town documentary, and we came up here. And I saw this cabinet. I'm like, wait, what's this? And I just had to look at it all. And I took a bunch of pictures and I sent them to my kid. And he replies back with, why is there a time capsule on my phone? Because this was how he grew up. Do we know whose mask that was?
We do not. It
Okay.
looks like back in the day, it looks like Tony Esposito's, and Tony did play in Houston for the Apollos. But this, I can't imagine that was his from then, but because I think he was maskless back those days. One item of note is the Aeros sign. That was in their practice facility over their locker room door.
Oh, this isn't something you had made up.
No, that's an authentic piece from Sharpstown when it was Sharpstown Ice Arena.
Okay.
So that was over the Aeros practice facility locker room.
So
that's authentic.
Okay, so a lot of the IHL, AHL stuff came from Mr. Watson. How did y'all acquire the WHA stuff?
Most of the WHA stuff probably came from Harry Haynes.
Okay. Do you know where the Avco Turner Calder Cup banners are?
I do not know. They went with them to Iowa.
Oh, they did? Okay.
We're 99% sure they went with them to that's what we were told because I asked for them.
Of course you did. So, okay, because I've been worried that they're in a landfill somewhere, but
We don't think so. We think they took those with them.
Someone's got them in storage in Iowa. All right, very cool. And then I remember tie-dye jersey night and all that.
Yeah.
Sure.
So more of the pro years, if you will, but kind of different things.
There's the anniversary jersey. Sure.
Yep.
Oh, this was fun when they did all the little nonsense giveaways of bobbleheads and novelty pucks and all that. But it's fun. Oh, and here we go. Our Houston Hockey Hall of Fame. There you go.
And this was more of what I would call our community exhibition.
Mm-hmm.
It promotes both the youth hockey, the college hockey, and that referees are an important part to what we do. So you just have a smattering of original jerseys. The A&M jersey's real. The Houston Cougars jersey one goes way back. That's real.
Was this what the 1940s jersey looked like?
I don't believe so. No.
Okay. Do we know what year that's from?
I do not. That's a great question.
Okay.
So hopefully somebody can tell us when they view this.
I don't know. I think that's cool looking. Hopefully someone with UH Hockey Club's looking at that. So
we've got different ideas, but for the honorees, this was the first year or two of the honorees is the stars with their names. They're going to end up going on the wall. We're going to have big stars made that are going to go on the wall behind us to honor all the honorees.
Okay, on the top floor of the aerodrome, is that what we're thinking?
You're spinning it kind of like a Hall of Fame.
Okay, like overlooking.
Oh, yep, and it'll go
Very
all
nice.
around as we had them.
Okay.
And this one's seen better days. It gets bumped a little. Chili is a huge mascot, obviously, in the hockey world. Everybody everybody seems to love chili, and so just different things. Most of them are giveaways, but
You know, it just occurred to me. Chili works here, doesn't he? Because he sells this. So, wow, you're Chili's boss. That's so awesome.
never thought of it that way.
That's fantastic. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. What a great memory. And I would love to say 4 kids. I would love to append that sentence with 4 kids. No, I
Oh,
love Chili too. I'm always happy to see him. So,
It's unreal how much social media attention we get if we post something with chili. He'll double and triple anything we ever get.
very nice. Yeah. I mean, it's a conduit to fandom here.
Yeah.
So, I noticed you had posters up here.
Yeah, when sometimes we get so much, or we have so much stuff that
Like, I didn't know
put it
this
around the wall.
existed. Yeah.
This one,
All right. Cool deal.
yep.
And without
depends on
falling
the
up.
year. Yep.
And then, when we got which,
So this is an
year?
interesting piece. You can barely make it out behind the signs and stuff. But
oh, okay.
Freddie Shabbat's wife made this for Chuck Watson one year. So this was handmade, some sort of plaster kind of work done for the jersey. Signed every year, the players would give Chuck Watson a gift, and at Christmas, and so this was one of those at the time. I'm not sure the year, but what's really nice is then you can probably more legible than any signature / number I've seen on an item.
Yeah, there's Bobby Reynolds right there.
Bobby Reynolds, yep. But you probably can date it to some extent.
Yeah.
And then as we go, that's from their first game in when they became the IHL Aeros. And somebody obviously made it. And
Yeah, no, that's
ended up in
awesome.
Chuck's.
I have to film this because I had this poster.
Oh, did you really?
I did, and it's like I'm a grown man with a hockey poster in his office.
So then this one came from Chuck, or maybe even the Aeros office, signed by the team. It was their first year, and I think the ticket on the right is game number 1 of the season. So when they came down in '94.
Now this is Detroit, so game 1. Huh.
Yep.
Oh, from 95. Okay.
Oh, is it '95?
It is 95. Okay.
And then that's a proclamation.
I didn't know there was a Houston Aeros Day. Look at that. When was Houston
October
Aeros?
7th,
1994. How about that? And that's Mayor Lanier. Okay.
Oh, is it? Interesting.
All right.
Here, Bobby Reynolds All-Star jersey signed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Bobby Reynolds. They were the Turner Cup champions.
Okay.
All-Star jersey signed by Bobby. Another, I forgot about
Appreciation Day,
Appreciation
sure.
Day, April
All right.
14th. This was another
That's-
gift to Chuck by the team. They make stuff. Usually the equipment guy makes stuff. This is the championship wine. I bet it was white when it started. This was Chuck's. It's a phone. It's got a phone in the back. Here, let's see if I can grab it.
Oh my God. Yeah. I remember when Sports Illustrated used to do those novelty phones with
Yeah,
footballs.
novelty phones and yeah.
Okay.
So we now have
Someone made one for the Aeros.
Yep. Yep. And
I want to ask about this, and
Yep.
but I'm noticing Aerodrome Willowbrook on the signage.
Yeah.
And I remember when it was Aerodrome Sugarland, and Sugarland was the main practice facility.
Yep.
So it strikes me as odd that Sugarland got sold and Willowbrook got kept. Do you know anything about the logic, or is that something you can speak to? Or
you could probably speak to it. I don't think it's a secret. I
okay,
think part of it was at the time the mayor of Sugarland was interested in incorporating the Sugarland rink into more of the community and do more like school events and things. So
okay.
he was willing to buy it with some other investors, and yeah, Chuck sold it.
Okay. Well, that makes perfect sense because, every now and then Sugarland talks about building more arenas and things like that. Like there was a plan with Smart Financial to do a basketball hockey thing back when the Imperials were around, and then COVID happened, and then no one ever talked about it again.
Yep.
So, okay, that's frightening.
Sugarland.
Yeah.
That's the same artist rendering kind of thing for the aerodrome in Sugarland. The interesting thing there is they obviously it doesn't look like that. They don't have that round piece. They end up going with more of a
Oh, that's true.
straightforward piece. But neat. I can't throw anything away. Oh my God. So, Jan Peel played for the Aeros, and Jan came down for the 50th anniversary.
Okay.
He went home. He sent it from Denmark, because I still can't believe he did it. He would send us team photos of the different years. And this is a display in the Danish Hockey Hall of Fame.
Oh,
Actually, I think it's just the Danish Sports Hall of Fame. And he sent me what's still hanging. It's a replica or, another copy of that. But
yeah. It's wild that the rest of the hockey world still remembers the Aeros.
Yeah.
And of course, Gordie Howe had a lot to do with that. But
sure
just this town, too. You think we can keep the name?
I will tell you this.
Sure.
I sure hope so, but I have no knowledge of it.
Okay.
I don't even know who technically would own the rights to that now, but I would assume it would be the Wild still. I assume they bought all intellectual property, but I don't know that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, our thought process, anybody I ever talk to says they want the Aeros and they want the bomber and they're out, somebody's going to want to stamp their own name to it somehow. But I do think of all the logos I've seen, this resonates more than any other I've ever seen. There's a passion for the bomber.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a passion for the Aeros. So we'll see.
All right.
Hope so.
Well, this was fun. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having an interest in it.
Yeah, no, I saw those.
And anybody, anytime the rink's open, people can wander up and see all that memorabilia if they're interested.
Well, friends and neighbors, I'm trying not to bother people that are here, but it's worth pointing out whenever the aerodrome's open, you can take a look at these artifacts here. I mean, just spend a couple of moments reminiscing or learn about Houston hockey. So with that, we out.